Welcome to the Game of Risk, everyone. I'm your host, OliveXC, a top player at this game, and today we are doing Tutor Tuesday, where I review a subscriber game and help them and you, the viewer, get better at the game of Risk. Today's game comes from Mitch on Risk, an up-and-coming Risk player who made round 4 of the last Risk like a free-for-all World Championship, and we're doing a 6-player progressive game. He is the purple player in this game here. When I look at the other players, I love what orange is doing. It's going to take them a couple of turns, but they can get a one border continent right here, which is absolutely incredible. The white player, I think they should have gotten this continent in round 1, and the red player overextended trying to attack the 2. Our protagonist, Mitch, makes a really big mistake right here. You really want to be getting continents quickly. You could have gotten this continent on turn 1, or at the very minimum, this continent on turn 1. Red is clearly inclined they want to go for this region, right? Like, what is red going to do? Are they going to place all their troops here and then, like, attack you because you attack their 2? That would just be silly. What's the black player going to do? Place all their troops down and attack and break you up here? That would also be silly. It's a small continent. So I think that was a mistake. And we can see the blue player going for their region in the bottom right here. And black, recognizing that red overextended, punish them, taking over the region themselves. Black is a very aggressive player this game, you guys. So that's going to be pretty exciting to see how this continues to develop. The white player continuing to not get their continent is a mistake. The red player, guys, this is why you needed to take the continent round 1. Because now the red player is trying to get this on round 2, and it's just kind of hurt you. Because now look, right, you can see that our protagonist, Mitch, he's not even attacking the 4. Like what is he hoping to do? That the 4 goes in and attacks? He's antagonizing another player without going for the region. On Europe Advanced, the goal is you want to be able to take over your regions as quickly as possible and expand. Because we can see the black player really taking advantage of this. They do smartly, by the way, recognizing that their region that they have is one border. They're defending it. So now that they have a good defense, they can go on the offense, potentially attacking like other players if they choose to do so. The orange player in the 3rd turn finally gets their region. And since no one else is beginning continents very quickly, I kind of like the fact that they are defending themselves right here. The red player, by overextending getting their region on round 1, now is in an awful spot with only 16 troops left. So they move out of the way here, but again, we're just kind of seeing a bit of a mistake. I really would have preferred you to be a little bit more aggressive because, again, the black player has a really big continent right here. The yellow player has a really big continent right here. You really could be taking over both of these regions right now if you just kind of took your troops down. So I really would have considered going for that. The black player, though, and this is what is a little bit surprising right here, is that they are actually choosing to be quite aggressive attacking you in this area. So because of that, it looks like you not going for the continents was the right decision. Black is an aggressive player, and when someone's being more aggressive, it could actually make a little bit of sense to be a little bit more passive with your game and just focus on maintaining your troop count. You can see because you're at 25 troops, and now at 30, you're actually around all the other players in terms of troop size. We're also seeing another very kind of interesting item developing right now. You're kind of blocking both the black player kill and the red player kill up here. You could just eliminate this 6 and 2 and just have this extra territory going forward, and probably very soon the red player would be eliminated from the game because they would have to go all the way across the map to retaliate into you for hitting the 6. But an interesting kind of consequence of this is that while you're able to hold the region a little bit better, you have to be a little worried about someone's going to attack you in order to get to red to eliminate you. Black, though, is continuing to be aggressive on the white player. I don't actually hate this move. They could just get their 2nd region and just kind of plant down and stay there. But they're forcing the white player to trade in early right now. Black is still maintaining their overall troop count, and white is just going to be in a really, really challenging position. I've faced this before when I've been a European Advanced, and while the standard play is just get continents and expand rapidly, you'll see on ladder some people like to be very aggressive against you. Now we see that you're finally trying to go and take the region for yourself. The risk of doing this is that the black player may decide to attack you. However, if they've been attacking the white player this entire time, I would see them continuing to make these attacks. The blue players, unfortunately, is unable to maintain their region, but they do have a large number of territory right now with 16. Because we can see before, the pink player, the orange player, was making some attacks on blue in the past, preventing them from getting the continent, because the orange player is now taking advantage of their strong start right here. They're 30, and now they're continuing to kind of defend against this. I don't know if I would have done this because, again with the blue player about to have a really, really big set, if they were to trade it in, they could easily smack orange right here and just make things a little bit more complicated. We now see an interesting move by red, who's trying to come back into the game. They hit the blue player really hard, and it looks like they're going for their continent. Honestly, the blue player has been playing the worst game, but they've been getting pretty unlucky getting attacked a lot. If I were blue, I'd probably place them to 7 and try to take more of this area of the board to try and get these additional territories. We now have a very interesting decision of if you want to try to clear the red player from this entire pocket. Because if you were to do that, the red player would have almost no ability to retaliate into you. Instead, you do something kind of interesting where you're trying to take a third region for yourself. I don't think this is a good move. You're getting more troops than most other players combined. Additionally, we're also seeing that the black player, who's already shown a propensity to be attacking a lot, will probably be going into you here. It's much better when you need a sub player being very, very aggressive, that you instead just try to defend your position a bit more, because now we can see black is setting their targets on you, and now they've done a really, really big attack. If they would just planted a huge stack right here, there would be nothing that you can really do to retaliate against that. It sucks when you have a very, very aggressive player on your border attacking a lot, but we're doing what we can to manage. The sets now are starting to get larger, so with these larger sets, we may be able to start seeing some attacks come through. I love red's move here, by the way. They are removing the orange player, and that's just going to basically giving them a more access to attack around the map. Yeah, I also like your kind of move right here, recovering, where you're not taking over the region and attacking the 6, because you know that black will attack you again, and you're just kind of trying to defend it a bit more. We can see even after all these attacks, you're still in an okay shape right now. You're at 40 troops. But blue, oh my goodness, they have made an incredible move eliminating the white player from the game. This is the danger of using and being very aggressive against somebody. If you're not able to strike and get the kill, sometimes someone else will sweep in and get the kill instead. Blue is a really good player this game, you guys. They've been smacked so many times, but they're in pretty good shape. This does create the question of, can the blue player potentially be eliminated here? They're on 5 cards and 35 troops. If you have the set on 4 and you were to have traded in, if you placed everything down on your 13, it would be a very, very tight kill. I'm not sure if you would have been able to do it. You would also have to split a tiny bit to go between the areas. So if this became something like a 45 or so, it would be a really, really tight kill. So I can understand your reasoning not going for the blue player kill at this time, given the overall risk associated with it. I'm just always a very aggressive player. You also kind of over-defend this part right here, but red has shown no desire to be attacking you the entire game, because it's mutually beneficial, right? Why would the red player attack your border right here? If you had just placed everything down here, you're defending the red player from the evil black player from attacking you. So I really just don't see them making the attack, and you're just not going to hold this region. You're dealing with an aggressive player. I would place everything down here and just really just kind of discourage black from like getting into you. You're not opening up their stack to you, and I just find it unlikely to put an entire stack down just to hit you. Red, though, now is trading in their big set. They're still alive right now. So they place everything down and they hit blue a little bit. Now they get another region for themselves. I like that move from the red player right here. Really, really an excellent move. They're really just trying to come back after having their disastrous start. Like when I saw them do the 3v2 and fail, I thought they were novice to beginner, but they've really kind of adapted their play well this game to try to really kind of come back from this. I like your adjustment now, recognizing when some player is being super aggressive towards you. You are recognizing that you're just trying to get a card and you know that you're eventually going to be attacked. Because now that the white player is gone, black is only going to want to focus on you, and are they going to hit you again? This is quite possible right here, and this would be very dangerous if that was the case, and yes, they are. Black is quite the dangerous player right here. That is quite annoying. And you can see because of black making all of these attacks right now, the orange player is now owning 3 bonuses. They're on 150 troops, and if something doesn't happen, they are going to take this game. But what is orange doing now? So they just take more territory, and now I think orange is making a critical mistake, leaving their 83 trapped right here. In progressive, especially as we approach the late stages of the game when continents matter less and cards matter more, you want to keep your stack open and available to attack around the map when you can. I understand that orange wants to kind of protect their bonuses, but I think it's more important for them to really just make sure they have an open stack. Because again, like they're on so many troops right now, right? 125 plus another set coming in. I think they're going to probably be okay. You, by the way, have a very, very lucky set on 3, so you're a very, very lucky boy right now. Again, you're leaving their black stacks trapped, and you're just kind of leaving your position there. Like, you're in an okay spot right now. We are getting close to the stage, though, where the red player may be getting eliminated. I maybe would have left a couple more troops right here, like 10 to 15, because on the off chance that red did not have a set on 4 cards, you can eliminate them for 5 cards, and it will be more than worth it for them. By the way, the orange player retakes their bonus. I probably would have taken out the entire reposition if I was orange, because that would force red to only go into you, and that would be a nightmare for you to deal with, because you would permanently have lost your bonus, because red would only have one way to go through your 57. Some players, when they get really angry wanting to hit another player, they would just go through the 57 hoping to get to orange to hit them. In reality, it just ruins your game. I've seen that time and time and again from other players acting based off of emotion. Because red has that position, they're able to reestablish their bonus right here. I would have left a 62 here though, keeping it open, because if blue were to have hit you, it would have cost you the game. You do make a move I don't like right now. Okay, this is an amazing move right here. Holy cow, man. I was originally like, you took out the black player in a crazy good move right now. Wow. So this is why, kids, aggression is really, really bad right here. If you're constantly being aggressive, eventually someone who saves their cards and waits for the right opportunity to strike will get that moment to strike. Absolutely incredible star sense for Mitch. And now he owns all of these bonuses right here. You're in a mutually beneficial alliance with the red player, so I don't really see them attacking you at this time. And wow, we are now in the really nice 4-player scenario. It looks like the blue player's in the weakest shape. I do wonder if you potentially missed an opportunity to eliminate the blue player here, because they were very close to being taken out. If you had placed everything down going on the attack, I think it would have been a very, very risky move for you. So I understand not going for it. Now the blue player is just kind of making like one simple attack, keeping everything within one army, because they know that at the stage of the game, the goal is to try to eliminate a player when it's worth it for their cards. Red is still staying in this game right now. They are on 90 troops, and now they are getting really, really weak. So now I am liking your decision to avoid immediately taking out the blue player, because now you have a much better opportunity taking out red. So let's see, do you go for that kill? And it looks like, yes, you are. You have more than enough troops to take this attack right here. And you're going in, you smack the red player down, and which is great is that now that you're trading in, you're getting another trade in to replenish your troops, and you've now gotten to the 3-player end game scenario. You could have potentially have even taken out like a blue here, but at one card it would not have been worth it, and the orange player would have a significant advantage with you. I also love the meme culture right now. 69 for the win, baby. I would have considered possibly hitting orange here, because orange is like very, very strong right now. But I understand just waiting a little bit instead. You are in a very equal battle between the two, waiting to see how this game will develop, and you have a very, very lucky set on 3. What are you going to do with it? And oh my goodness, you are going in and you take out the blue player. Now this is very interesting because you're only going to gain 2 cards here. And I'm guessing you did this because you thought that orange may then trade in to eliminate the blue player instead. And ooh, this is a significant mistake right here that you are making. In the endgame scenario, you want to avoid opening up the largest stacks, because if this orange player was playing on a computer, they would be able to attack all over the map. And if you did not have the set on 3, the orange player would have such a huge lead in territory that he would just lose the game. You have gotten extremely lucky at this time, getting this bonus right here. And because you can see, the orange player even makes a little bit of a mistake, kind of leaving their stack up here and just giving you 29 troops. While players on the ladder may just be playing on a phone and they aren't really having the strongest form of mechanics, you always want to practice as if you're playing with somebody with top mechanics that doesn't make these type of mistakes. So making sure that you're not leaving the army open, and no, don't open up the army. This is, I think, overall you've been playing a pretty good game so far, minus 1 or 2 things. For your late game play, this is the only mistake that I've seen, because if you never opened up this stack and the orange player was only getting 1 bonus, if you were getting plus 40 troops, you would have been immediately able to attack all. The orange player would have only been able to break a couple of continents. You would have gotten 40 to 45 troops, and you would have been able to attack everything instead. Now there's 2 trains of thoughts. You can attack the 3rd to 26 right here, but I think you go a more low variance route, where instead what you're looking to do is just to attack all the territories, really hurting the orange player's lack of mechanics and attacking a little bit more slowly, and you just take over all these territories right now. The orange player has to have a set just to survive, but again, if they have the set right here, if they were just very, very competent and playing on the computer, they would have been able to attack you all over the map. You can see right here, the orange player is a little bit behind on troops or on cards, but they are ahead on troops. If they were just able to attack more quickly and break everything all over the map, they would be able to take this game. And generally, you can take around 35, 40 territories playing on your phone. It's just unfortunate. This is kind of how it's happening right here. But it looks like the game is slowly going in your way, man. You are about even with the orange player on troops, and I think that since the orange player cannot eliminate you, it looks like you may be able to take this, and oh my gosh, you are the luckiest dude in the world, man. You're getting 66 troops, the orange player just stops attacking, they realize they have lost. But Mitch, this was an incredible game. Thank you for sharing this with everybody. But with that, this is OliveXC and Mitch signing off.